This is a great project if you are just starting out with hand tools. It teaches you measuring, it teaches you saw, it teaches you plane techniques, it teaches you how to read the timber you're working with. And at the end of it, you've got something very useful you can use. So now I've got that down and I know it's reasonably flat. I'm not worried if there's a hollow in here. This longer plane is going to level that out. And it won't take very long. Bit of candle wax on the plane. Because I'm not gluing this job, I'm going to put wax all the way up the sole. If I was to glue it, I would only put wax on the front. Now I'm going from this side to this side. And there will be some hit and miss, but at the moment I just want to get a base in which I can work. If you can see there, I'm getting planing coming off of there and planing coming off of here, but nothing here. That's fine. Don't be tempted to put more blade out, because when you actually start biting in, it can bite in too hard. At the moment, I just want to get a level plane. A very little effort. We've nearly got that smooth. A little bit more to go though. It's important that your blade is sharp and set properly, which I've covered in another video. And you'll notice I've been skew planing, so I haven't been going straight across because that's going to rip grain out. If you go at an angle, it doesn't have such a dramatic effect. A good way to test that it's flat is to put it on your bench, providing your bench is flat, and just tap the corners. If there's no movement either way, you know that's flat. Now we've got that flat, it's time to get a true edge along one of the edges. Read the grain. If you look at the grain there, it's running that way. So I'm going to put that into my vise, running away from me, then I can plane this way. And again, I'll use the long plane because I don't want, if there's any undulations in here, I don't want the plane to be following the natural shape of the timber. I want the sole of the plane to overcome any imperfections, so I've got the toe at the front of the board, and when I come off, I've got the heel at the back of the board. Try and shoot it as squarely as you can, but until we get a true face, it's not that critical, but it does save you time cleaning up if you can do it square. So there's the board shot. See how square we are? And got a little bit to come off this edge. That means when I'm planing, instead of having the sole of the plane flat on the board, I have to actually pick it up a little bit so it's not cutting the far edge. And to do that, I put my fingers underneath it and pivot it on the knob like that. And if you've got an empty mouth, when you're actually doing that, you can see the size of the shaving that's coming off, so you know you're only cutting this edge. A couple of passes like that. Then start to flatten it out. Then see if you can take a full width one, not quite there. I think it'll be there on this one. There you go. That's a full width shaving, so I'm fairly confident that is going to be dead square. I'm very confident with that. So with a pencil mark, that is your true face, and then that as your true edge. Now to get this side parallel, measure whatever you got there. It's about 28 mil. And that's 29 mil. Let's have a look down here. That's 30 mil. That's 30 mil. So that means we're a bit heavy here and also up this side. What I suggest is take a marking gauge, set it just below the minimum thickness you've got. So if you've got 28, I'm going to set this to 27 and a bit. Now mark this all the way around. Best I can, obviously I can't mark it on the other side yet. That's what we'll do. We'll plane this side off. I'm not even interested with that square at this stage. All I want to do is have a clean face so I can run this marking gauge down it. And we'll come across here. If everything's equal, that should line up with that one, which it does. For ease, just run a pencil line down that mark, just so you can see as a reference line when you're planing. I'm going to put the fattest edge facing towards me. That way, if I'm planing straight, I can see how much I've taken off. So I'll skew plane and we'll just see how long it takes. And again, you can hear the hit and the miss. So I'm missing this bit here, but we're actually getting contact here, which means that is obviously higher than this. We have to bring it all down just below this thickness. Don't hurry it. One more pass and then we'll check how we're going on our mark lines. So we're getting pretty close to that line there, but we've got a long way to go here. Now, there's a couple of things I can do. I can either plane and get this down a little bit, like this. Or I can just concentrate on this edge like this. I'm not taking the plane all the way across. Either way is just as effective. A lot depends, I guess, on how cranky the timber is. If you're going to get tear out, which got a little bit there, you might be better off going along rather than straight across. So we'll give it a couple of more shots along. That should get rid of the tear out as well. I think we're down to the line all the way around. So I'll put that in the vise this way, and we'll get the smoothing plane out and take all the marks that the tri-plane left.